Hello everyone, welcome back to our life. We thought that we would give you an opportunity to see the road that we travel on off the main highway to get back to our house. We had just been in town so we could upload the last video that we recorded showing the update on our electrical outage and cable TV telephone outage. Now, as you can see right now, this is the way it looks on the way to our house. Very wooded, beautiful, beautiful trees. But we have had so much rain the last few days, this ground gets saturated, and it doesn't take much for a tree to collapse. Now right here in this area there's not that many power lines, but somewhere through all this trees and stuff there are power lines that run through, and you never know when one of them will fall, especially if we have a windstorm along with the rain. That makes it even worse. Now, what happened at our house is that tree, as Amy was telling you, is so huge. It's a big old hickory nut tree. It was, I think, a little bit top heavy. And that branch, the video that she took does not do any justice to the size of that branch that came crashing out of it. Now, what happened during the first storm is part of that, well, the branch broke and then hung down. It didn't completely snap off the tree, but the bottom part of that branch is what pulled our power line down, and that's what they had to cut off and tighten the power line back up the first time. And we kept asking, when would you be able to come out and cut the rest of that branch out of the tree? We were so afraid that it was going to fall either on one of our vehicles or our house. And they, as Amy reported, we have called 3 or 4 times and they have note of it. They even sent one guy out, as she mentioned, and he said, yes, that branch needs to come out. I will do a ticket on it and make sure that they are aware of it. Well, for them, the good thing is they no longer have to worry about cutting that big branch out. It did fall sometime during the night, a couple of nights ago. Luckily, it did not land on the house. It did snap the power line, and it snapped the cable TV telephone lines. And they were quick about coming out to fix the power line. There was 2 electric guys, and there were 10, I counted them, 10 tree guys with them. There was like 4 vehicles. The 2 power line guys, they got right to work. They had us back up in less than an hour. The 10 tree guys just stood around and yacked the whole time. So finally, I knew that they couldn't touch the tree until the power company got the line out from underneath the tree and back up out of their way. I figured then that they were going to go ahead and take care of it with that many guys, 10, plus they had the truck with the big chipper in it and everything. They would have that tree cut up and hauled off 30 minutes. No. I asked one of them, and they were nice, but the guy said, man, I would love to do this for you, but we have to get permission from our boss, which in a way I've got to thinking later, well, why don't you just call them and ask them? But I don't know what it is about some of these tree companies. They don't do anything more than they have to. So in the meantime, we honestly do not know if it's going to be our responsibility to get rid of that tree, or if they are eventually going to come out and haul it away for us. We cannot do it. We are not physically able to move, like as Amy mentioned, the big tree. Even if we cut it up into small pieces, we're on a hill, and I know the video will not show you that. And I don't know if we're going to have to eventually, if we can't get it removed, see if we can't get some volunteer help, start a GoFundMe fund to pay somebody to come cut it up and haul it away. We don't know yet. So anyway, we wanted to show you, and we're not there yet, but we wanted to show you what the road to our house looks like. And we are out in the country. This is the hills of West Virginia. We are in what is known as a holler, which all that means is that you're in a community that's either on top of a hill or in the bottom of a hill. There's a group of you there that all live close by, and there's not a whole lot of traffic here and anything, but as you will be able to tell, we are definitely blessed with tree after tree after tree. So we will keep you informed on what's happening. I'm going to turn down our street here in just a second, and when we pull into our driveway, you'll be able to see the branch that Amy was showing y'all in one of the earlier videos. And if you haven't watched it, I wish you would go back to the last couple of videos and watch it, and we'll let you know what goes on. Now, this past winter we had an ice storm, as Amy mentioned, and we didn't even think about filming it. We couldn't get out anyway. This road was too icy, and you needed a four-wheel drive. Now, if you look right here, we can barely get by this point. There's a tree, part of a tree that's halfway across the road right here, so we have to be very careful going through here. But we had from about this point right here to our house, which is only a quarter of a mile, we had at least 20 trees laying across this road. So we had a time. Luckily, a neighbor of ours has a four-wheel drive big truck, and he was able to take me every day to the gas station, where I would buy 10 gallons of gas, because that's about what it takes to run a generator daily, 24 hours, so that we could keep the refrigerator, the heater going. Because of the birds, we had to think of them, and you know, just live, exist. Now, you know, if you aren't prepared with a generator, or you don't have a little bit of an emergency fund set aside, I don't know what you do, because 11 days without power and $10 a day, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. So anyway, we are coming up on our place here in just a minute. Like I say, we don't live in anything fancy, but we do live out here in the country, which is very enjoyable, very nice. And you'll have to bear with me a minute. I'm going to have to pull past our driveway, and then we're going to back up into a school bus turnaround. And then as I pull into the driveway, Amy will be able to show you some more of that branch right there. And like I say, even if I try and look right now at the top of that tree through the windshield here, I can barely do it. But as we pull into the driveway, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see the telephone poles that are laying down underneath the tree, but it's a pretty good sized branch, and honestly, I cannot take care of it myself. I can't cut it. I wouldn't be able to haul it if I could. No place to take it. So we'll see what happens. If the tree company doesn't help us, I'm going to have to see if I can't get some help or what have you to get this removed out of our yard. So anyway, we appreciate y'all watching. We thank you for your comments. If you would, give us a like, share the video. If you haven't subscribed, stay tuned. You never know what we're going to be filming and posting about. So we appreciate each and every one of you. And let's just see what happens. Wait and see what our next video is all about.